Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Adeyemi Ajayi. You're welcome to the 19th pre-retirement, sorry. You're welcome to the 19th pre-retirement seminar of the Lagos State government, organized by Lagos State Pension Commission. This program basically is to educate all soon to retire civil servants of Lagos State on the processes and the procedures they need to go through in order to enjoy their benefits, their retirement benefits. So on this note, I welcome every one of you. Those of us that will be, those of you, I'm still a young man, okay, that will be retiring very soon. I still have many more very good years ahead of me, so my retirement is not now. Just like yesterday, some of you joined, but again, the time is quite very close. The time is close for you now to lay down your pen and also go on another phase of life. From here, we'll say congratulations. You've done meritoriously serving Lagos State. And so you're all welcome to this pre-retirement seminar. To do. For the benefit of those who do not understand Yoruba as such, because we have those who of different cadre who may not have the benefit of understanding some of our big English. So you permit me to code switch between Yoruba this morning, but I won't speak too much. Understand that. Fún àǹfààní ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ò gbọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì tí mo ṣe sọ tán, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìkọkàndínlógún tí àwọn tí wọn ò ní pẹ́ láti fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó. Bí àná rèé tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú ìdùnnú pẹ̀lú ayọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n ó ti tó àkókò láti ṣiṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ìjọba. A mọ̀ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ló ti ń wo àkókò báyìí pé báwo ni ó ṣe rí. Ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tòní ni láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́ láti mọ ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kí a gbé pẹ̀lú ìjọ elétò Laspec, Lagos State Pension Commission, láti tọ́ wa sọ́nà sí ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe àti ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ ká gbé kí a lè jàǹfààní tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ní fún gbogbo àwọn tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ fẹ̀yìntì lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ ìjọba. Fún ìdí èyí, a ó máa dá yín lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kẹ́ gbé, a sì fún yín ní àǹfààní láti fi àwọn ìbéèrè yín ránṣẹ́ sí wa bí ètò náà bá ṣe ń lọ. So on this note, I would like to introduce the Director General of the Lagos State Pension Commission, Mr. Babalola Obilano, for a welcome address for this program. Mr. Obilano, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jai. The Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Establishments, Training and Pensions, the Permanent Secretary, Civil Service Pension Office, the Permanent Secretary, Office of Establishments and Training, the Executive Director, Finance and Investments, Lagos State Pension Commission, and their colleagues and our soon-to-be retirees. On behalf of the Lagos State Government and the entire staff of Lagos State Pension Commission, I welcome you to the 19th Pre-Retirement Benefit Documentation Seminar, which has been organized to guide you and ensure a smooth exit from active service. Having spent a significant amount of your productive years working for the state government, it is imperative that your transition to retirement should be without stress. The essence of this program is therefore to educate you on the necessary documentations required for you to access both your accrued rights and your pension. The program would also provide valuable information on how to plan your personal finances during retirement, and as well as giving you health tips that will help you enjoy your retirement. I assure you that this session will be very educative, as we have put together a panel of knowledgeable individuals to facilitate today's events. Please listen attentively and have your pen and paper ready to jot down notes and questions that you may have. On this note, I would like to invite the Honorable Commissioner for Establishments, Training and Pensions, Mrs. Ajibola Conley, who has been kind enough to grace grace us with her presence at this webinar. Thank you. Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much, DG. And thank you for inviting me to speak at this training. I'd like to please stand on existing protocol, but having said that, I cannot but thank the permanent secretaries and welcome the permanent secretary, the Civil Service Pension Office, our tireless, hardworking Director General who hit the ground running, and also the Executive Director, the directors and the entire staff and management of the Lagos State Pension Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, I also acknowledge very briefly Mrs. Ada Dugan and Mr. Yemi Ajayi, who I call Prof, who will be facilitating this training. So on behalf of the management and staff of Laspec, Lagos State Pension Commission, I really do have the honor to welcome you all to the Lagos State Pre-Retirement Documentation Seminar for officers retiring between, I believe, January and June 2021. I know that it's a day or it's a period that many of us or many of you are looking forward to. Like Yemi Ajayi, I think I still have quite a few years by God's grace left to retirement, but I do congratulate every single person that has made it this far to the time of retirement. I'd like to, first of all, begin by acknowledging the extraordinary efforts of the management and staff of Lagos State Pension Commission webinar, and for even the audacity to change the format, because I believe this is the second of such. Up till now, it had been a face-to-face in-person training, but the fact that they're able to do it online, we all forced to do things is extremely laudable. I guess for us, our attempt is to reach out to retire and to ensure that their time, the remaining time and the time that they will spend to retirement is as smooth and seamless as possible, and to also offer some nuggets of wisdom as to documentation and even what to do after retirement, as you know, it comes with its various complications. Because after, was it 35 years of working, you find yourself now not working. I know it's a day that everybody's looking forward to, where you can rest after labor, as they say. I'd like to, first of all, point out that Lagos State, we have an administration that is ably led by our unrelenting governor, who fully understands and appreciates the role of public servants and the role that they play in governance. And I'm sure that for many of you that are following, you see that the governor has shown this by the various initiatives, the various approvals that have been made in the last 1 year towards enhancing pensioners and the welfare of pensioners in Lagos State. Even though the times and the economic environment is difficult, we still continue to pay our pensions. We still continue to, in fact, there was an increase last month, in a 33% increase in pensions for our pensioners last year, although that wouldn't affect you since you're contributory pension pensioners. So I'd like to say that I know that in today's society, a lot of people believe that there's failing value in pensioners because everybody is youth that is really acknowledged. But I have to say that for us, we believe that pensioners have a lot a role within society. Yes, you're going to rest, but for us here in Lagos State, we believe that as you retire, we should not attach the same stereotypes to pensioners. Yes, a lot of people that I know that have retired, I find them everywhere. They are retired, but they're definitely not tired. A lot of them find meaningful things to do, to keep themselves busy, to keep themselves happy, to keep themselves fulfilled. And I hope that that would also, during the course of this program, will also touch on those sort of ideas and thoughts that you can utilize after you leave service. I'd also like to state here that after all, I think President Biden, he's 74, a verified pensioner. Was it 70? I know he's 70 something. I'll be 72 or 74, you know. But he's going to be, or he is the president-elect of the United States of America. So that goes to show that any one of you here also definitely has a fighting chance to be the president of Nigeria as well. At this point, I think it's important for me to also reiterate that the government appreciates that pensioners are old age, but they're not old age, but our pensioners are retirees, that they are mothers and fathers of society. They are first teachers. They're the ones that taught us how to love, how to care, how to give, how to forgive. And without your endless sacrifice during our early years, you know, we would not be capable of where we are today as citizens of Nigeria. Secondly, I'd like to say that we appreciate that society should show extra compassion to retirees because our retirees and the older citizens have a lot more to offer than a lot of people believe. This is why for us in Lagos State, and I think Laspec is working tirelessly to ensure that additional welfare benefits, that our retirees can enjoy additional welfare benefits. And I know that one of the things that they're looking at and trying to operationalize, if not for COVID and what has happened in the nation and in the world this year, you know, we're looking at transportation, ensuring that our pensioners enjoy free transportation on Lagos State transport network. We also acknowledge the fact that our retirees and older citizens, they worked hard for our own today. You know, they sacrificed. We know that the government that we are working in today is due to the sacrifice of a lot of you who are about to retire. So we do appreciate your invaluable experience, your invaluable insight, and we say that today, our hope is that as you look forward to your retirement, that it will be a thing of joy that you look for, that you will get there in good health, and it is a thing of joy for each and every one of you that are doing this seminar. So I'm hoping that you will definitely take your notes, listen attentively. I know that the staff of Laspec are there at any time to support you through this process. The feedback from Laspec staff and their service and commitment to service has been extremely laudable. So you have no worries, and please reach out. I also want to use this opportunity to say that please do not be tempted to join all these side associations who are tricking pensioners that they will help them to collect their pensions. The commission works systematically to ensure that people are paid as at when due. Our plan is that by the end of 2022, unfortunately, we do have a backlog, and we acknowledge that we have a backlog of accrued pension rights, but by 2022, in the next year or two, we're hoping that that backlog will be cleared, and we're working tirelessly to ensure that we fund all the accounts that need to be funded, so that as soon as our retirees reach retirement age, immediately they retire, they will get their pensions. So on this note, it gives me once again great pleasure to welcome you to this pre-retirement documentation seminar. And I take this opportunity to declare the seminar open, wishing you a successful and enlightening training program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Commissioner. Mrs. Your presence. Feel honored to have exciting and wonderful, and for you gracing the occasion. We know everything would pan out well and it will work out well. Thank you very much, ma'am. Straight, we're going into the various panel sessions and discussions. Before we go into please use the Q&A button to ask your question. Again, you should rename your device, the device you're using. You right-click your name, you will see a drop-down, and from the drop-down, so please put your name, so that if you want to ask question, we can call your name. Otherwise, if you do not put your name, I cannot call Infinix Hot 8. 10 people may have Infinix Hot 8. So we want to be specific to know that we are addressing your you on this. So please rename your device. And again, use the chat box to make your comment. I can see a lot of comments in the chat box already. And please do not also forget that there will be time for live questions. So if you're given that opportunity, do not spend more than 60 seconds for your live questions. Please, if you're raising up your hands, you should have reason for raising up your hand. Don't just raise your hand because you want to raise it for raising up sake. So please, if you don't have any reason for raising your hand, you can lower your hands, okay? And again, for those who do not understand Yoruba, fún àǹfààní àwọn tá àgbẹ̀dẹ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì tí mo ṣe sọ tán, tẹ́ bá fẹ́ béèrè ìbéèrè yín, ó ní àtẹ̀kan tó ń bẹ nísàlẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ tá a fi ń ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí. Ẹ máa rí tí wọ́n kọ Q&A sí, òun ní kẹ́ lò láti fi béèrè ìbéèrè yín. Bákan náà ni a rọ̀ yín pé kẹ́ yí orúkọ tó wà ní ara ẹ̀rọ tẹ́ ń lò padà sí orúkọ yín. Tẹ́ bá fi ẹ̀rọ agbékàkiri tẹ́ ń lò tẹ́ fi jẹ́ orúkọ lórí ibi tá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, yóò ṣòro fún wa láti pè yín, láti fún yín láǹfààní láti béèrè ìbéèrè yín. On that, we'll be moving to our first session on this program, which largely will take us through the discussion on retirement benefit documentation scheme. This will be taken by Mr. Afis Oyebo, who is the Principal Admin and HR Manager, or is an alumnus of Lagos State University. He is a member of Nigerian Institute of Management, and also a member of, is a certified pension, member of certified pension while he makes his presentation, and drop your questions in the Q&A room so that we can pick your questions and relay them to you live. So Mr. Afisoyibo, are you ready for us?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We can hear you, so you can go on.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Ekaro Enyawa. You are going to understand the retirement benefit documentation process and what constitutes a good right, and what does it mean to have a clearance letter, and also the type to get to receive service of Lagos State. Therefore, when you do proper preparation and you put all your documentation in place, time is just so easy. And thank God, all the process under the contributory pension scheme has been seamless to ensure that you get paid on time. Championed by the Lagos State Pension Commission. So you should rest assured that at retirement, you have nothing to fear.
Sorry, Mr. Hafiz, for interrupting you. Your audio seems not to be
There are two documentation requirements.
Hello, Mr. Hafiz. Hello.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's better now. Thank you
It's better
very
now.
much.
Okay, thank you. All right, there are two documentation processes that is expected to be done by is the pre-retirement documentation. Documentation are those ones you are going to do now. As you are retired, as it is about time to retire, you are expected to start your pre-retirement documentation. And this pre-retirement documentation will be sent to Laspec. And calculated to what is called the retirement documentation. Because you are yet to retire now, you are not a retiree, you are on the documentation to Laspec, which is the pre-retirement documentation. Before you start all this documentation, you should note that it is your responsibility to ensure that it is now that you should start the process. Therefore, at now, you will receive a Laspec form. Most of you should have collected the Laspec form. Lagos State Printing Corporation, Lagos State Water Corporation, clearance kan la ní lọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn yẹn tẹ́jẹ́ parasite. Information you will be sending along with the form will be corroborated with what you have in your establishment file. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó bá jẹ́ pé establishment file ní ministry yìí ẹ lọ update ẹ̀ dáadáa. Gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ lọ fi síbẹ̀ sìn. And kẹ́dẹ̀ make sure pé all the correct. Because if the information in your establishment file is different from what is presented at retirement, it will cause problem. And what are the information that normally leads to problem? Date of birth, certificate of birth. Sometimes, due to oversight or issue, our date of birth is always causing problem. So make sure everything has been put in order. The notice of an acceptance of retirement. Notice of I'm now listing the documents. Notice of an acceptance of retirement. Letter to cooperating law. Then copy of all promotion letters. Copy of all promotion letters. Certified true copy. Up to 31st of March 2007. All promotion letters you have received from inception that you enter the civil service of Lagos State up to 31st of March 2007 only. You should bring all the promotion letters. Why? Because it is at that time, 31st of March 2007, that Lagos State government put a cutoff to the old scheme and the new scheme. So the new contributory pension deduction and remittance started in 31st of March 2007. Also, you need a copy of the asset declaration certificate from Code of Conduct. This is also very, very germane. Since 2019, it has been mandated that before you can be paid, you must get asset declaration certificate from Code of Conduct Bureau. By now, most of us we have it. If you don't have it, please visit Code of Conduct Bureau along Old Secretariat and obtain this form. Complete it, do the necessary things, and the detachment at the back of that form is the certificate. You need it. You make a photocopy and attach it to your document, and it will be certified as true copy. Then copy of letter of appointment and confirmation, of course, you know that. Then 3 passport photographs. Then a very important document also. These 2 last documents are very, very germane as well. And they also pose problem. Service. It shows when we get to the service progression. This is what is going to be used to progress, to know how much is due to you at retirement going to be paid. So if the record of service is not properly written, it will be difficult to determine what you will get. So it's very important that your record of service is what is put in place so that they can determine your salary as at 31st of March 2007. Then certified true copies of debt clearance letters, very, very important, from all relevant agencies involved. Go cooperative, make sure you clear them and they will give you certificates. If you do not clear it and they did not give you certificate, it means whatever jet will be deducted from your money. Also, this is to our permanent secretaries and maybe directors or deputy directors that has vehicle when they were working, and this vehicle were boarded, they were personalized. You need to also obtain clearance. Where will you get this clearance from? From the public service office. They will clear that the car is being personalized and every other thing has been done. Otherwise, you will have issue getting cleared. So these two documents, record of service and all clearance letters, please, you need to obtain them. It gets time before it comes out, so you have to apply as soon as possible. Now, when you get all these documents together, who will send it to Laspec? You are not bringing it yourself. The document will be transported to Laspec by your ministry. SUBEB, local government, TESCOM, they all will forward your document with a covering letter attaching all the necessary documents to Laspec. Then Laspec will in turn now start work. So when your document has been sent to Laspec, it is your responsibility to ensure that you get to know that your document is here. Don't not send the document in Laspec and work confirm. And while you are confirming phone numbers, what am I paying? Our IT person, our IT director will be giving us all this information, how to contact Laspec. So once you are told that your file is in Laspec, because we are here to ensure that you are paid on time. And the governor has also given us a good backing by providing fund every time. So, you don't have to know anybody before you get paid. After we have done all necessary things, all your due money, that is all what is due to you, your accrued rights, from inception up to the 31st of March 2007, will be credited into your retirement savings account. Your contribution from 1st of April 2007 till the time you retire, all those ones reside with your pension fund administrator. So both of them will now be added together. That is where your lump sum and monthly pension will be given. When you come for the bond presentation, you are going to be given a lecture on how you can access it and what constitutes that fund. But now our focus is that those documents must be put together. In koto ba je ko de and láti ṣe kó tó di owó yẹn dé tó bá dé bẹ́ ṣe máa gbà iye tó fà tó fi débẹ̀ a máa ṣàlàyé fún yín. After all clearance has been done, we will now issue you a clearance letter from Laspec. We call it clearance certificate. This clearance letter shows that Lagos State has paid all your money, that you are not owing anybody, and that you can be paid your money. At the time you receive the bond certificate, pre-retirement documentation ends. Because during the course of preparing your certificate, we might ask you for some documents. Auditors may ask for one or two things. You can see the ask to bring one document or the other. So all the original documents, you can provide it at any point in time. But once you are called for bond presentation, the problem with your money, then you can now present to the next stage, which is the documentation to your pension fund administrators. Now, like I said earlier, all your accrued rights that is due to you from inception up to the 31st of March 2007 will be given to you in form of bond. Your parastatal is your retirement savings account. But the bond certificate it is established by law. Check it on check the bank. No. So the bond certificate still belongs to Laspec. It's just to show that we have paid you. So once again, Laspec, you pay anti-sowing, then we give you clearance. These are the documentation to your PFA. I want them to PFA. It is not as important as the one you use to collect your money or to process your bond certificate. So when you get to this stage, you also get to know more about this documentation. Most of them are part of what you use in processing your retirement benefit. These are the letter of motivation and acceptance, appointment letter, original copy of bond certificate, then other documents you see. This will be more explained to us by the time we retire and we receive our money or we receive our bond. Now, what are you saying in that bond? What are you receiving? What are the benefits that are due to you after retirement? The benefits, if they are going to now or benefits, because death benefits is down long and so our focus is now about the envelope and lump sum. For anyone whose total amount of money, either in the retirement savings account and your bond, if added together, it is less or equals to 550,000. Such person will receive the money en bloc. But if it is more than 550,000, such person will have a lump sum and pension. So our lump sum is a function of our total RSA balance. It's also a function of our age. It's a function of the sex, and it's a function of the PFA itself. Now, this lump sum, some people will say it is 25%, it is 35%, it is 40%, it is 50%. It is not sacrosanct. But what the law says is that you will not get less than 25%. So when you receive your bond and it's time to be paid, you will get more light on this. But be rest assured that you have lump sum and monthly pension when your money is more than 550,000. And you can also take this pension in the form of program withdrawal and annuity. We have our pension fund administrator here who is going to take us through the benefit of program withdrawal. And also we have someone from annuity company who is going to take us through the benefit of annuity. So I'm not going to spend more time on it, rather than tell you that you have the option of choosing either program withdrawal or annuity when you want to receive your monthly pension. For that benefit, in case nobody knows, we must ensure that by now we all have our will written. That we have will written does not mean we are going to die, because if death comes and there is no will, it is those that ask letter of administration that will be able to access this money, and it will be anybody. And so let's make sure you have put your house in order already and wait for the death to come, because whether we like it or not, the death will eventually come. That is the fact of life anyway. That is if death comes while you are still serving. In insurance benefit, so it is better that we put everything in order. Having said this, I've come to the conclusion of this presentation, and to always now remind us that 6 months to retirement is when we should start. For those of you that join this seminar and it is not up to 6 months before you retire, you have also learned now that please don't let it exceed 6 months before you start putting your paper together. Because if you leave everything to the last minute, the likelihood that you'll be paid on time is Emma will pay Don't be down that you are retiring, because retirement is part of the process of job. Just be proactive and get ready that as you are living your regular income, it does not mean the end of the world. For another form of income will be coming. So please be prepared and be proactive. By the special grace of God, we will all live to reap the fruit of our labor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hafiz, for a very wonderful presentation. We want to sincerely audio, and we sincerely apologize for that. Please, if you have questions, use the Q&A button. Mr. Hafiz, please, can you mute yourself? Your mic is on. Thank you. We apologize for the quality of the audio. And again, there are questions on how you can access this program. It will be recorded and we will host it on our website, Laspec. So please, you can watch out for that so that you can have further learnings, especially for those of us that are joining a bit late. We will move on straight to the next line of program, where we'll be talking about program withdrawal within the next 10 minutes. I will want to invite Mr. Olufemi Odukoya, who is Executive Director of Business Development at Crusader Sterling Pensions. So Mr. Femi Odukoya, are you ready for us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, over to you, please. You have the right to share your screen over there and everything. Hello, Mr. Odukoya.
I'm hearing you. I'm sharing my...
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Okay.
You can share your screen.
I'm sharing it right away.
Okay. Thank you. We can
to stand on the existing protocol. My name is Femi Odukoya and I work for Crusader Sterling Pensions. It's a privilege to be here to present to our intending retirees working with Lagos State government. Let me first offer my salutations to the Honorable Commissioner for Establishment, Training, and Pensions.
Sorry, Mr. Odukoya, we will be glad if you can raise your voice. You know, okay. So some are actually retiring and we need to hear your voice very well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Just to salute our esteemed Honorable Commissioner for Establishment, Training, and Pensions, and also our esteemed Permanent Secretary for the same ministry, Ministry of Establishment for Lagos State Pensions. Also, our Executive Director in charge of finance in the Lagos State Pension, staffs and management of, and co-presenters. Again, I say good morning. I must first and foremost also appreciate all our intended retirees who had worked zealously, tenaciously all these years and now going to retire very soon. My prayer is that you will eat the fruit of your labor, and everything you lay your hands upon, it will prosper. Okay, I will go straight to my presentation. It's very short, but I would like that we pay good attention. The topic is features of programmed withdrawal. Like our guy in Laspec presented just a while ago, there are two options. Basically, that you will use in accessing your funds is through program withdrawal or annuity. But I'll be talking about program withdrawal, and I'm sure somebody's on this call also that will be presenting on annuity. So let me start my presentation. Okay, divided into just about 7 segments. Okay, I'll start with the introduction. Retirement is all about embracing your future and leaving the past behind. Very, very important. It represents the next phase of many people's life. After working for decades, many new retirees look to maintaining their health and financial security in their later years. So the summary is that it must be planned, and the planning starts from how you exit and the mode you are going to use in exiting. It must be planned in view of our huge family and social responsibilities. What are the modes of withdrawal? We have the programmed withdrawal, annuity. We also have en bloc. And for some, loss of job, and for some, their benefits to the estate of the employees. These are basically the 5 modes of exit. En bloc simply means anyone with RSA balance less than 550,000 will be paid the entire sum. But basically, the two modes of withdrawal that we are addressing today is the programmed withdrawal. So what are the dynamics of programmed withdrawal? Very simple. The retiree must approach his PFA, submit unnecessary documents. He will have an exit discussion with the retiree. The PFA will sit and have an exit discussion. The retiree will present with a copy of a template which will include the agreed lump sum and the monthly pensions. The PFA now will send the template we will need to quickly make those payments before the holiday comes in or weekends. The PFA also issues a retirement savings, a standing payment order to the PFC in view of the program withdrawals. The PFA also continues to issue quarterly statements to the retiree with respect to his retirement savings account with the PFA. Template discussion. That's what we call template discussions. At the point of exit, there's a discussion that must happen between the retiree and his PFA. And what is very key in the template is these 4 major things I've outlined in this slide. Now, what determines what the retiree gets at the point of exit would include the age of the retiree, his age, his gender, his RSA balance, and the annual total emolument. Very key. These 4 things determines the monthly and the ultimate lump sum that Mr. Hafiz mentioned a little about this in his presentation. Because a lot of questions do come. What determines how much I draw down every month? What determines how much lump sum I take? Am I entitled to 50%? Am I entitled to 25%? These 4 parameters here on this slide will determine how much, in terms of percentages, to the retiree at the point of exit. Now, this is the crux of today's discussion. And I want us to just listen very apt. And I'm sure by the end of the meeting, we'll have gotten some information. Now, what are the features of program withdrawal? More or less, the benefits.
Can you raise your voice a little?
Oh, yeah.
The participants are making comments.
Okay. What are the features of program withdrawal? The first and foremost feature is that it is a product of the pension fund administrator. It's sold by PFAs only. It's also a periodic, it could be monthly, it could be quarterly pension payment to a retiree from the balance in his RSA account. Some choose monthly, some will say no. Pay me my salary on a quarterly basis. The third point, it pays pension based on the lifespan with increased income. More or less like saying it is for life. It pays with increased income. I need to emphasize increased income because in the industry today, we have experienced two enhancements. Enhancement in the sense that two increments. What the regulation says is this: after a period of 3 to 5 years, PFAs are expected to review the balances in their retirees' account and do some computation so that all the investment returns made on their behalf will now be added back on a particular calculation sent to us, to the retirees' monthly emolument. So it's like saying that a retiree who starts with 20,000 naira, for instance, is also entitled to, after a particular period, say 3 years, to some increments like that until the retiree dies. There is no guarantee period for program withdrawal. In program withdrawal, there's no guarantee period because at the death of the retiree, the remaining RSA balance with accrued interest shall be transferred to the legal beneficiary. Very, very important. Okay, there's no guarantee period. You are paid anytime the retiree dies, every time the retiree is guaranteed and is in the system. A retiree may move to retiree life annuity after 1 year in program withdrawal. Okay, that's a new regulation that came out not too long ago. Retirement benefit is in the individual retirement savings account. The retirement benefit is not in the pool. So the retiree could monitor his account himself by going to the website of the PFA or downloading the mobile app, and also be monitoring how much is being paid and secured. Secured, safe, and is regulated by the National Pension Commission in our national space that end up with not away by any PFA or by anybody. And also lastly, it has the benefit of enjoying the minimum pension guaranteed as contained in the PRA 2014. What this is saying is that no matter what, at any point in time, a retiree will keep on receiving money till death. There's a minimum pension guarantee contained in the PRA 2014. All right. It's just a sample of the mobile app, and I'm sure every PFA has a mobile app. So one of the features, one of the enjoyment that a retiree gets who's on program withdrawal is I can log in on his telephone, on his Android, and check how his account is moving. Thank you very much. We'll be glad to take our questions even because of this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Femi Odukoya, for your session. It was quite insightful. Thank you very much. We appreciate your contributions and all that. Please, we'll appreciate that we increase, we can reach more audience. You know, there have been a lot of complaint from the audience about not hearing clearly. Oluwasegun has been added to the panelist lists by the host. Please, can he be added? Because he has presentation next. Okay. So Mr. Fem Oluwasegun Adebanjo is the annuity sales coordinator for FBN Insurance. He has over a decade experience in insurance industry, taking people through insurance products. And he's a professional member of Chartered Insurance Institute of Nigeria. So Mr. Oluwasegun Adebanjo will be taking us some presentation in the next few minutes. So Mr. Oluwasegun Adebanjo, over to you, please. I will appreciate if you can project your voice, because the quality of audio so far has been challenging, and that's a complaint we receive in the chat room. So please, we'll be glad if you can project your voice and make it clear from your end. So thank you, Mr. Segun Adebanjo. Over to you, please. You have the right to share your screen. Please, you can unmute yourself. You are still muted.
Oh, perfect. Good morning, our elder statesmen and women. Yeah. Good morning to everyone. I would like to stand on the existing protocol. I would like to apologize because I've been having challenges with my system. The IT has been working on it, but I think I might not be able to share the slide, but I would ensure that everything I'm explaining is in detail. So basically, my name is Segun Adebanjo, the annuity sales coordinator. I work with FBN Insurance, and I want to really say a big privilege for us being the one to represent the insurance industry. What is annuity? Annuity is a pension instrument that PenCom also ignites into the pension option. We are also one of the option, and then the law in 2007 that was repealed in 2014 allow you to assess lump sum as which we call gratuity. I'm not paying gratuity in the old pension scheme, but in this new pension scheme, we call it lump sum. We have two options, which I'm sure my colleague have done justice in terms of program withdrawal. So the second option is annuity, which we in the insurance company handle. So what is annuity? Annuity is pension instrument tó máa sanwó fún retiree títí dọjọ́ alẹ́. Annuity is pension instrument tó jẹ́ pé ó máa sanwó fún retiree long as what.
Hello, Mr. Segun.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you were muted. You can continue, please.
Hello?
We can hear you. Please continue.
Okay, perfect. So, but the question is, how do we pay for life and by lump sum? For you to be able to assess lump sum, there are 4 factors tí PenCom ti fi sí ètò fún yín láti lè gba lump sum, because ọ̀rọ̀ mi máa ní àmọ́ gba 25%, ọ̀rọ̀ mi máa san pọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ mi, colleague mi gba 50%. So 4 factors tí PenCom fi ṣe fún lump sum yín ni years of service, your date of birth, your gender, then RSA balancing. So this will determine what lump sum you are eligible to assess. But my actually were a little bit more explanatory so that I'm a figure to make you to understand. So I just want, for instance,
sorry, Mr. Segun Adebanjo, sorry for interrupting you. Please make your presentation purely in English, please.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
So let's assume that your total lump sum, your total RSA balance is 5 million, and you are eligible to collect 50%. So 2.5 will be your lump sum. The remaining 2.5 will be for pension, which is for annuity. So what we annuity do, we will calculate how much we'll be paying you every month, and that will be for life. So one thing is common, which I've been saying, is that we will pay you for life. What are the things we do to ensure that we will pay you for life? Number one is we have a pool of investment, which we call corporate bond. I would like to lay reference to more of the corporate bond. Corporate bond is an investment that has more security and it has a long-term investment. So now when we invest your money in corporate bond, this pool of investment gives you the benefit of having a long-term pension as long as you are still alive. So number one benefit of you doing annuity with us is we will give you security over your fund. If we all remember, or if we can marry to what is happening in the industry now, in Nigeria presently, the yields and the market has not been doing fine. But the good thing about annuity is that for those that have been on annuity for 7, 8 and downward like that, nobody have made any complaint that we've not been paying any monthly pension. So the secret is because we keep the security of the investment we are investing your money into. 2, annuity gives you a certainty of the future. What do we mean by certainty? We bear the risk of the market. So irrespective of what is happening in the market, the risk is borne on us, and we also transfer that risk into that pool of investment, so that as long as we are alive, irrespective of what is happening in the market, we have already created a provision to cater for those risks so that your fund will not be affected. Also, 3, you have the avenue to also choose inflation option. What do we mean by inflation option? We realize that annuity can be paying you, let's say 20,000 or 30,000, which will be a flat amount for life. And people will start asking, yes, you people invest in this, you invest our money, but we are not seeing it in terms of payout because it's just 20,000 for life. So you can choose another option whereby your monthly pension can be increasing every year. And I'll give, for instance, we are paying you 20,000 this month for the next 1 year, which would be about 240. So the following year, we'll just add 5% to it. So where your colleague is on 20,000 for the next 5, 6, 20, and for life, your own monthly pension will be increasing every year. So by next year, the 5% will increase it to 21,000 or 22, the third year, and that keep increasing. And that will be the way it's going to be for life. Also, we have inflation option for 10%. The same thing is applicable to ensure that your monthly pension can be increasing over time. Yes, we realize that many people will also say we had about 10 years guarantee in annuity, which I want to close with that. 10 years guarantee on annuity means that we would create a provision for your beneficiary. We call them beneficiary because we are paying you a lifetime pension. So we have to create a provision for your beneficiary to ensure that if anything happens, we will be able to pay the leftover amount to the beneficiary. And how does the beneficiary assess the money? It is through what they just need to provide to us is death certificate and valid means of identification. When that is being given to us, maximum 14 working days, we pay the beneficiary without letter of administration or any other process. So this is just to ensure that your beneficiary are safe, and also you, while you're still alive, we keep paying your monthly pension. So peradventure, if the retirees survive the 10 years guarantee, what I mean by survive is that the retiree is still alive after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. We keep paying you that same amount for life. We will not call you after 10 years that your balance probably has been exhausted and want to review your pension. No, because you have trusted us with your fund. You have given us your RSA balance, which is the 50%, which I use with 2.5. You've trusted us with the 2.5 in an exchange of an investment to guarantee you a pension for life. In closing, I believe we have worked for some duration of time, 35, 30, 37 years in service, and we are used to getting a monthly pension every month. Annuity is coming in place to ensure that that monthly guarantee of you getting is a monthly pension will still be there in replica of as if you're staying in service. So annuity is there to serve you as long as you're still alive. And I pray that God will keep you and make you to enjoy the fruit of your labor that you have worked for 35 years. So we are ready to work with you. We are ready to make your retirement a fruitful year. We are ready to ensure that you have peace of mind. And in closing, I want to also say that it's better you ensure that you keep your fund in a place that is safe, that even peradventure your balance gets exhausted over time. One thing is guaranteed, your monthly pension is certain. As long as you are still alive, you keep getting that monthly pension we have arranged for you from inception. How do you assess your annuity? As soon as you retire and Laspec remit your bond to your retirement savings account with your PFA, you can call on us, and what we do is that we will get the template from the PFA. We will look at your lump sum, which you are eligible to access. The remaining amount for annuity, we will calculate that, do what we call a provisional agreement for you in 3 copies, one for us, one for you, and the third one for your PFA. That will be submitted to your PFA while your PFA forwarded to PENCOM. When PENCOM approve, PENCOM will transfer your fund to us, and we will start paying your monthly pension immediately. As soon as we I believe within 2 weeks or 3 weeks, PENCOM will approve and your fund will be transferred to us. And with that, you will start enjoying annuity for life. Annuity is a marriage that we cannot say we are no longer interested. It's a marriage that we are here for each other and will continue to serve you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oluwasegun Adebajo, for your presentation. I noticed some people still, excuse me, they still ask question in the chat box. Please, if you ask question in the chat box, we will not respond to it. You have the Q&A button to ask your question. Again, some people still introduce themselves in the chat box, the Q&A box. The Q&A box is strictly for question and answer. It is not for engagements of asking how your friend is doing. It's for us to hear from you. So